Let's do this, folks. We're live. Hello, Haps! How y'all doing out there in internet land? I see LB capped, but I'm sure there's a whole multitude of other people in the room getting ready to get their trivia on. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Craig Reed, and this is the internet's most popular game show. We like to call it Five Questions. Yay! Once again, I'm your host, Game Show Craig. Thanks again for coming into the room, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, getting ready to get your 5 questions on. We are going to have a great time tonight. Why? Because we are. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, all 48 of you that may or may not be watching this right now, you're going to have a great time because I'm going to ask you 5 questions. The big question, of course, do you know the answers to those questions? Because if you do, you could win tonight's prize, which, although very minuscule in in monetary value, it is worth something to see your name in lights or your picture on someone else's computer screen. Yes, I know bold counter programming versus the draft, but you know what? Great programs have counter programmed in the past before, and this program will continue to counter program for as long as I don't know how things are scheduled on the big TV screens. Besides, multitasking. That can happen, right? Yeah. Speaking of multitasking, let me show you the thing that you really need to pay attention to in tonight's game of the 5 questions. That's right, folks. It is the points wheel. Now, before each and every question of the 5 questions, we will spin this wheel to determine the point value of each question. It could be worth anything on this wheel, from our small lonely 1, our not so lonely 3, our goldenrod 5, or maybe even the big black and 7. Any player that does get to 7 points during tonight's game of the 5 questions won't get drafted to the Jets, but you will win tonight's game. And if you do win tonight's game, you'll get tonight's prize, which is a shout out on the Game Show Craig Instagram channel. And I'm quite sure that's something all of you out there in Instagram land, or in internet land rather, would like for yourself. Also, keep in mind if you keep winning, you can earn other things. Win 3 games of the 5 questions, and you get to ask a question on a future edition of the show. Win 7 games of 5 questions, and you will win $5 cash money, courtesy of me, Game Show Craig. And if you make it all the way up until 10 wins, I believe we've had 2 people do so far. I could be wrong, but I think we have 2 people who have done it so far. They could win $10 cash money. Still looking for a sponsor for the third $10 prize that could be given away at some point. Will it be tonight? I have no idea. But are you ready to play the game, ladies and gentlemen? Send some words. Let me know that you are here. I know LB Capt is ready, but I'm not quite sure about the other 48 people that may or may not be in the room, whether or not they are ready to play the 5 questions. Jamie Wink's here. Hello, Jamie Wink. Great to see you. All right. So we have at least 2 players ready to win. It could be more. I'm hoping so. Either way, Spinner Finger is just about ready to get going. I'm about ready to ask some questions. So let's get 5 questions started off in earnest with, as always, question number 1 in the game of 5 questions. Hello, Fort Lauderdale. Great to see you out there. And I believe LB Capped, you're also in Florida. I should ask, how was WrestleMania? I saw the show and it was great, ladies and gentlemen. But I really want to know how it was being in the audience for that spectacular. We'll find out a little bit later. But right now, that spinner finger is itching to spin the wheel. Round and round the wheel goes. Where it stops, hopefully somewhere good. Remember, folks, 7 points is what you need to win the game of the 5 questions. And question number 1 is going to be worth an almighty 4. Okay. Question number 1 in tonight's game of 5 questions is going to be worth 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. Here's. Honestly, the biggest event that I've been to was a Justin Timberlake concert at Madison Square Garden, well before all this stuff went down. And as a since my girlfriend Kimmy was a big Justin Timberlake fan, it was so great to see her just like jam out to all the music, and of course me to figure out what the hell he's singing. And of course, it was from that moment on that I had to keep abreast of pop music. So forgive me as I stumble through my words, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to think and say words at the same time, and let me just tell you, it is kind of hard to do, but I think I do an okay job. You went to the Latin AMAs? That's pretty damn impressive. And I'm sure they were small and private this year because of COVID, but still, the fact that you went, that's pretty damn impressive. Anyways, let's keep going. Question number 1 is going to be worth 4 points. The rest of the rules, I'm going to read you a series of trivia questions. As soon as you think you know what the correct answer is, I want you to type it in on your typing devices. The first correct answer that I see with my 4 eyes will earn the points. Spelling doesn't count. Be close. However, if spell check changes your answer to something completely different, then that's on you. Got it? Good. Okay. Question number 1 is going to be worth 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. Hands on your typing devices. And here comes the clue. Say it with me. Ahem. The question. Hey, happy birthday to American singer-songwriter Tammy Terrell. The latter part of her career was spent singing on hit records like The Onion Song with which other Prince of Motown singer? I'm not even going to repeat it. Marvin Gaye, correct answer there. Way to go, Jamie Wink, just beating LB Capped with that correct answer. And of course, a big 4 points for you for getting that right. Jazz fingers to you. That's right, Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye released a bunch of hits. Bunch of hits together, including the Onion Song. We lost her well too soon. I believe she was just a month shy from turning 25 when that brain tumor got the better of her. So, PSA, fuck cancer. Also, happy birthday, Tammy Terrell. May her spirit live on forever in the annals of Motown. Okay, let's keep going. Question number 2 goes like this. Keep in mind, folks, we are not going to have a game of 5 questions tomorrow night on Instagram because I have to celebrate the girlfriend's birthday. We'll be back next Thursday night with more 5 questions for your enjoyment. The wheel slows down, tick, 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 and look at this. Look at this. Oh boy. Question number 2 in tonight's game of 5 questions is going to be worth 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. I don't know why it's underlined. Really? Something's underlined. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any underlines. I think, It might be different based on how you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen. I think at some point I have to like pull up the web stream and of course mute it so that there isn't some weird feedback that happens. But interesting. Hmm, interesting. I learned something new about the HAPS application every time I use it, and it's just fun to learn something new about something that you're using. Speaking of some things, question number 2 is going to be worth a big 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what that means. Jamie Wink, you could win with a correct answer because 4 and 6 is obviously more than 7. Everybody else, you're trying to get on the scoreboard. Okay, question number 2 is going to be worth 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. Hands on your time devices, and here comes the clue. The question. Prince Naveen is the male protagonist in which 2009 Disney animated feature set in Louisiana? Hmm. Think about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Princess and the Frog. Yes, that's the correct answer. The Princess and the Frog. No, Frog Prince was something completely different, so we can't take that as a correct answer. But the Princess and the Frog, that's the correct answer there. A big 2 points for you, Jamie Wink, for getting that question correct. Hey, you win tonight's game of the 5 questions. And of course, the Jazz and the Fingers. Way to go, Jamie Wink. Do that happy dance. We would love to see that if we can on the. I think we can get back to work. Oh, God. All right. Well, hey, get back to work. Thanks for playing. Tell your work friends about us so that we can have a couple more eyeballs watching the 5 questions and we're playing around the next time. Congrats again on the win, Jamie Wink. But hold on. Pump your brakes. That's only question number 2. What's the name of the game, guys? That's right, 5 questions. So we got to keep spinning that wheel. We got to hit 5 questions. Question number 3 is forthcoming. I mean, if this was 3 questions, we might have to get rid of those ones down there. Or we can leave that in. Could be fun. Let's spin the wheel. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, hopefully somewhere good. 7 points is what you need to win the game of the 5 questions. Jamie Wink already won with 10. And question number 3 is going to be worth 5. Okay. Question number 3 in tonight's game of 5 questions is going to be worth 5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what that means. Jamie Wink, you already won, so don't say anything. Everybody else, you're trying to get on the scoreboard. Okay, question number 3 will be worth 5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Hands on your time devices. And here comes the clue. Say it with me. Ahem. The question. Frog, like matrimony and Big Ben, are all variations of which game of concentration and skill that use 2 decks of playing cards instead of 1? Think about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Read off the question one more time. Frog, like matrimony and Big Ben, are all variations on which game of concentration and skill that use 2 decks of playing cards instead of 1? This could be a stumper. Frog, matrimony, Big Ben, all variations of what game of concentration and skill in which you use 2 decks of playing cards instead of 1? 3 seconds left on the clock. Uh-oh. Little dude. Oh no, not the little dude. Come on, little dude. Help the big dude get this question right. Oh no. Oh my goodness. The buzzer. Jamie Wink wanted to give a hint. Solitaire, yeah, that's right. Frog, Matrimony, Big Ben. They all use 2 decks of cards. And of course, they're all variations on Solitaire. That would have been the correct answer, ladies and gentlemen. Solitaire was the correct answer. No one gets the points. Wow, we stumped LB Capped. I thought you would have known that one. I mean, you do know most everything else that I asked on the 5 questions. Also called British Constitution. Big Ben or Frog? Either way. You know what else is called British Constitution? I'm not gonna. I was going to say a muffin, but that's something completely different, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. So yes, frog is also known as British Constitution, and that little person. You know what? I'm sure they'll help you with a question. Maybe question number 4. Let's spin that wheel right now. Still got a lot of good numbers on this wheel, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching right here on the Haps, my name's Game Show Craig. This is 5 questions. We are now hosting this twice weekly, once every Thursday on Haps and every Friday on Instagram. Why twice? Because I'm back in the live trivia game, ladies and gentlemen. Every Wednesday night at Minnie's Bar in Brooklyn, play Lit Up Trivia with Craig Reed. It's a lot of fun. Before we ask this question, let me see something real quick. So let's go to our studio computer and load up the HAPS website. HAPS TV. Of course. Ooh, claim my coins. Yeah, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, we got to mute it so that we don't cross feed here. And yep. All right, cool. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like there's a little bit of a delay between here on my phone and here on the computer, but that's fine. It looks okay. Yeah. I broke it. Anyways, question number 4 is going to be worth 3 points, ladies and gentlemen. Hands on any timing devices. And here comes the clue. Ahem. The question. Music producer Brian Deck was a member of which 1990s blues-influenced alt-rock band, whose name could probably describe a bloody, bloody piece of cow? Fish, no, that's not right. Oh, Ed Millions. Hi, Ed Millions. Great to see you. Read it off one more time. Music producer Brian Deck was a member of which 1990s blues-influenced alt-rock band, whose name could possibly describe a bloody, bloody piece of cow? That's a clue there. Bloody, bloody piece of cow. Let's do something here that's muted. Slaughterhouse, no. Bloody, bloody piece of cow. That's an alternate way of saying the name of the band that Josh Deck was a part of in the 1990s. Don't let the clock beat you, ladies and gentlemen. 2 seconds left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. The buzzer. I think I might have crafted a tough one. But you know what? That's what happens sometimes with the 5 questions. Some questions are hard, some questions are easy. But a bloody, bloody piece of cow, you might call that red, red meat. And that's what the answer that we were going for there, ladies and gentlemen. Red, red meet Brian Deck, member of Red Meat. They were a big hit for the Sub Pop record label, but that's fine, you know. You learn something new tonight on the 5 questions. Speaking of, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 5. Will we spin a 7? Will someone else win? Let's find out together with question number Finkel in the game of Finkel Preguntas. All right, there's the goal. Let's spin the wheel. Round and round the wheel goes. Where it stops, hopefully somewhere good. 7 points is what we need to win the game of the 5 questions, and it looks like we're going to end the night on 4. Okay. Question number 5 in tonight's game of 5 questions is going to be worth 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what that means. Well, no one else can win tonight, so way to go, Jamie Wink. You won the game of the 5 questions with 10 points. And you know what, Jamie Wink, since no one else can win tonight, let's throw you back in the game. See if you can rub salt in the wounds of the other players tonight. All right. Question number 5 is going to be worth 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, hands on any time and devices. And here comes the clue. Ahem. The question. Singer Meat Loaf first gained national exposure in the United States after appearing as a musical guest on which long-running variety show in 1978, and was introduced incorrectly by that week's host, Christopher Lee. SNL, American Bandstand. It's Saturday Night Live! That's the correct answer. Yes, Saturday Night Live. Meat Loaf was the musical guest on a 1978 edition of Saturday Night Live. And of course, that week's host incorrectly called him because he's like, "Oh yeah, let me introduce you to a great musician that you have to meet, Loaf." And the director was like, "No, his name is Meat Loaf." Wait, really? Yeah. And that's the story of how that went. Way to go, Jamie Wink. You knew that one. And that does it for tonight's game of the 5 questions. Did you all have a great time tonight? I know I did. You know who else had a great time? The rain. But seriously though, thanks again for watching the 5 questions. This wouldn't be worth it if you weren't watching, and I appreciate all of you at home, on the road, wherever you're watching this broadcast right now, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind there will be no 5 questions tomorrow night as I celebrate Killing It Kimmy's birthday, but we will be back next Thursday night at 8 with 5 more questions for your enjoyment. Thanks again for watching, and thanks again for playing the 5 questions. And until next Thursday night at 8, my name's Craig Reed. Have yourselves a good night, everybody. Bye for now. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.